For additional information with our project settings, we're going to take a look at each one of these individually, and we'll give a basic overview of what they are and how they work. The first one we see is our input. So if we left click on the input, and in the inspector we can see the input manager. And in the input manager we see a rollout for the axis. Now if we check on that axis, we can see that we've got a lot of different words here, and some of them seem pretty interesting. We've got a horizontal, a vertical, a fire, 1, 2, 3, a jump, a mouse, X and Y, scroll wheel, so on and so forth. Now what these do and what they represent are the actual axis that we use in game. So for instance, if we were to look at Fire 1, in Fire 1 we see that we have a name. All of these properties are available for us to modify and change, depending on what we need for the game that we're creating. With the Fire 1, we can see that it's tied into a positive button, which is the left control. So left control actually creates a firing effect if we call this up inside of a script. Now the other one we have is the alternate positive button, which is the mouse 0, which is the left mouse button. So you can imagine that if you were in your game and scripting it, you could actually set this up so that Fire 1 was used for some sort of input, so that maybe it fired the weapon that you were actually using. Thus, why we have the Fire 1 name. Now, these are all modifiable. You can change and adjust them to whatever the need of your project is. For instance, if you needed something for crouching, you could have one that's set up for crouching or whatever it might be. But the input manager is where you will handle all of those input settings and adjust them to your game's need.